It's the double whammy facing shooters. First, the police take your guns because of something you didn't do. Then, they don't answer the phone. It happened to Peter Littlejohn, a pest controller from Hertfordshire. He was assaulted in 2023. The police caught the man who assaulted him. Then, the police came to Peter's house.
I'd just been attacked on the 21st of December. And on the 23rd of December, 2 police officers turned up at my front door, which I had been expecting, knocked on the front door, come up to me, approached me and said, "We've come to take," and then they stopped. And one of them said, "We've come to ask you if you will voluntarily hand over your guns." I was completely frustrated. There was absolutely nothing that I could do about it. They took my firearms away, which was my passion, shooting. Everything I've done since I retired has been the fact that to keep fit, I've got a hunting dog. My vehicle is for doing everything I possibly can so that I can carry out deer stalking, pest control, which I've got loads of permissions to do. And I said, that stopped. They came in, sat down, had a quick discussion with me about the circumstance. And I said, well, why are you taking my firearms? And they said, because we understand you've been attacked. But from what's happened now in the past with a couple of other incidents with firearms, we feel that they have to be taken. So I said, okay. But I said, but I haven't actually done anything. I've not spoken to the guy. I didn't do anything. He just hit me and attacked me. I said, so I showed no retaliation or anything whatsoever. I said, I just phoned the police to tell them what had happened. So they said, yeah, but we've still got to take them. So I said, right, okay, I understand.
David Craze from local gun shop Ronnie Sunshine says he struggles to understand the actions of the local police.
Pete's a good customer of ours and has been for many, many years. And the first I heard about it was when obviously Pete came to us and obviously very sort of upset of what had happened, the situation, very surprised. And obviously the police have been round and seized all his firearms and taken them into their possession.
From the start, the police made mistakes. Peter had to point out those mistakes.
And when I noticed the 2 police officers were non-firearms, they were normal beat bobbies, I questioned them. I said, you're not authorised to take my firearms because unless you know anything about firearms, you shouldn't be handling them. And they turned around and said, well, we understand that, but we've been told that we've got to take them. When they were picked up, they wasn't handled particularly well. They were all put in a shopping trolley. So they said, we can't guarantee that they won't get damaged if they go into police lock-up. So they said, we can't guarantee. So because I've got some expensive night vision equipment and expensive scopes on them, they turned around and said, we'll allow you to take them off, which I did. So I took all my scopes off. They then boxed up as much as they can or put in the cases we got and took them out to the police car. And then they left me.
Having lost his guns because he was assaulted, Peter then set about the process of getting them back.
And I originally thought it was only going to be stopped for a month or so, or at least until the court case came. But that's not been the case. And trying to get hold of the firearms department to find out what was going on, what information, how long I was got to wait, was nearly impossible. After about 3 months, I finally got hold of one person who emailed me back, which then gave me an email, which I've been contacted on a regular basis. Sometimes he'll answer, sometimes he won't. And he's just told me, sorry, you're going on the back of the list. You've got to wait until your turn comes. There's nothing we can do about it. Still wasn't happy, still politely asking him on emails, come on, is there any chance? No. And then the last email I got, the guy said, if you're not happy, take it to the Ombudsman.
I think with every area at the moment, we're all suffering from what I can only understand from what I've been told is a lack of staff at their end, and the process is very slow and quite painful for people. I've now got some guns in, storing for people, 6 months, a year.
During the now 10-month process, one good thing that happened was the police agreeing to hand over Peter's guns to Ronnie Sunshine's.
I will say at that point they were very helpful. in assisting us to then have the guns transferred here so that we could keep them for safekeeping.
In a statement, Hertfordshire Constabulary says, the firearm was obtained as part of an investigation which has since concluded. While we appreciate that the process to carry out necessary checks is taking longer than the resident would like, we have a duty to protect the public and ensure a thorough review is undertaken. You will notice one glaring error in that statement. Hertfordshire Constabulary seems to think its officers only grabbed one gun off Peter. He points out another error.
Only last year I renewed my shotgun licence and firearms licence. So I was then checked, medical, everything like that, all went through with no problems whatsoever. And now, a year later, I've got to be reviewed again. My history's come up, my whole history's come up with the police. They know everything about me. I've been open. I've not even had a speeding ticket, ever.
The investigation that the police statement refers to concluded in June 2024, months before we recorded this interview. Magistrates at St Albans found the man who assaulted Peter guilty and handed him a community order for 18 months, a £100 fine and £250 costs. The question remains, why do some police forces target legal, honest gun owners in what they must know is not only harsh, but pointless, and when other police forces sensibly do not do this?
I can see how it would be very, very frustrating. Peter is a very prolific shooter. He's been doing it for many, many years. He's exceptionally professional, very, very conscientious. I've been with Pete from day one when he brought his first air rifle and has moved up and up and up and up to now doing deer stalking and other stuff as well. So yeah, to have that happen to him, from what I'm aware of, does seem a little bit harsh.
I'm begging for help. I think it's unjust. My passion is stopped just because of somebody else's being unreasonable. I think that's the easiest way I can put it. I'm being victimised, and that person can still be walking around, no problems in the world. So, or supposedly, but I still can't go out, I can't shoot, and I can't fulfil my contracts with my permissions. That's the upsetting thing.
If this has happened to you, our in-house lawyer from the FAB Field Sports Advice Bureau should be able to help. It is a Field Sports membership benefit. If this hasn't happened to you, our membership, now with insurance, includes legal cover. If it happens to you after you've taken out membership, the insurance pays for a whole firm of solicitors to represent you, to help you get your guns back. Everyone knows it's a waste of everyone's time and money, but it is what Priti Patel wanted when she was Home Secretary, and from some police forces, she got it. Let's see if the Labour government is better.